Hello everybody. Now this is a video that I never thought I have to make, and I have to share some bad news with you. Moses McCormick, known to us as Laoshu, the man who was able to speak the basics of countless languages and use those in real life interacting with people, has unfortunately passed away. He leaves behind 2 children and a fiancée. Now, those of you who have been watching this channel, you know that we have covered the drama when it comes to Moses, his fiancée, little bit about his divorce with his previous wife and the relationship with his brother Mark. Well, it's safe to say that those things come to a close now, and I won't be covering them. And I won't be investigating into what happened. But I hope that they were able to patch up things in the end. And if they were not, I think peace comes naturally in these things. So I don't think there will be any grudge left on either side. I don't have a script or anything, as I usually don't. So I will just say some thoughts about Moses and his work. First of all, he was a big inspiration to me, because I have known some languages, but they have all been from, other than my native language, which is Finnish, they have all been from the Latin language branch. So they are all kind of similar to each other, and I always thought that I don't think I will be able to learn something really outside of that family that is totally different. Well, Moses actually first gave me that spark, because he was his most fluent in Mandarin and Cantonese. And when I saw him do that, and when I saw him being able to interact with people so fluently, even though he wasn't perfect, that really made me think like, wow, I can do it too. Because he was just a normal guy. Because usually the people who do this kind of content, they are just like well educated on the subject, it's their job and everything, but for him it was a passion, and of course eventually it did become a job, and it did become the main thing that he did. But especially in the beginning, it was just the thing about his videos was that it was just raw, it was real, and even though some people can say like he should have asked for permission to film those people, really it was like he was spreading joy and he was communicating with people in a most positive manner. Because now you see all these in real life streamers and they do pranks and even worse, provoke people, all this nonsense, but with him it was always positivity. And yes, sometimes it got a little bit uncomfortable, but that was just part of it, and 90% of the time he really delighted those people, and of course later on many people recognized him. And even for me, there is a certain magic about his work. Like lately I have been watching it, although of course because of Corona and some of the things continuing with his channel, he has done a lot of recycling on the channel, but that content was good anyway, and the content that he made before was really good, and even that he would have continued to do is just go with people, talk to people, use the languages that he has. But what is most remarkable is every time if I meet somebody who speaks Vietnamese, Korean, Chinese, whatever, especially Chinese, I always show them Laoshu, and I was like, look at this guy, and they were always so amazed and joyful. And that is something that he really spread. Like every time when people saw him for the first time, they were all just like, wow. And when you watch him more, you notice like this guy, he has so many languages in the bag that he can have these simple discussions, and it just brings delight to everybody. And now, yes, for most people we focus on some languages to become fluent as possible, but for him he wanted to expand and get to know the basics of all the languages, and especially he did some great work on Assyrian, I hope I'm pronouncing that a little bit close, and other minority languages, Kurdish too, that don't get a lot of light, and that really brought delight to those people. So overall it was a very positive spirit, he had a great energy, he really had the potential to be a great entertainer, even independent from his work, but he had his passion, he worked on it, he became good at it, got some popularity. I think that is a very good motivation even now for all the young people, and well, I'm young too, but to even, especially to even the more younger people, to see like, if you really believe in something, if you really have passion for something, and if you have a little bit of talent, you can make it happen. So I believe and I hope that his work has inspired and will continue to inspire many people onwards. I know it's kinda corny to say rest in peace to somebody that you haven't met ever, and I don't usually feel it's inappropriate, but in this case, through his work, I really feel like in some way I knew him, and I think many people feel the same. So I will say rest in peace, Moses, and hope you're having fun up there.